Hi everyone, it's me, Lubna. Today is Saturday, January 4th, 2025. This video is dedicated to my beloved, and the topic of this video is going to be about reducing our reliance on external things and about not becoming dependent upon the technology that we use. So in order to illustrate this topic to you today, I wanted to bring up a specific line from the second chapter of Walden by Henry David Thoreau. And I'm not going to show the page to you, I'm just going to tell you the sentence from Walden that comes from the second chapter. And that is, "We do not ride on the railroad, it rides upon us." What does that mean? I remember that when I first read that sentence as a 17-year-old junior in high school, when I was assigned to read Walden as part of my English class, I thought about how it could be applied to the modern day technologies as well, not just in regards to the railroads of back then, but also in the modern world to things like the iPhone and other forms of technology, also AI that we use today. All of these things have been made in order to make our lives easier and to be used as tools for making things easier for us and more efficient for us. But we have to be careful not to become dependent upon them and in such a way that we are not able to live without them. And I'll give another example that is applicable to women like myself. So we like to wear makeup to make ourselves look nice. And I personally know a few people who have a lot of makeup and they love makeup. They love to collect makeup and love to wear a full face of makeup every single day. And when it comes to makeup, some women use it as a way of covering up their flaws and to cover up themselves and to cover up their natural appearance. But in my opinion, makeup should be used to enhance one's natural appearance and not to cover it up. And we have to learn how to live without makeup if we needed to. So we need to take care of our body, take care of our skin, and get good rest, eat healthy, and make sure that the canvas beneath the makeup is good so that in case we run out of makeup or they stop selling makeup at the stores or something else happens, we become broke and can't afford makeup anymore, then we'll be okay because we're not dependent on the makeup to make us look good or make us feel good. And similarly, for other types of technology like the iPhone, if we learn how to live without the iPhone, if we learn how to do our calculations, for example, without having to use a calculator, or we learn how to do other things like writing something without using AI or having to look everything up, then we are much better off if for some reason our iPhone stops working or something else happens. We need to learn how to not have to rely on these forms of technology. And I know that it's very hard to do that in the modern day because we are so dependent on all of the technology that has come about in especially the last 10 or 20 years. But it is very good and very useful to know how to not have to rely on these things in case something happens. Because as long as we become dependent on things outside of ourselves, we become less powerful within ourselves. And that's why I loved the book Walden so much by Henry David Thoreau. Because Thoreau went to the woods and stayed in a log cabin next to Walden Pond for about a year, a month, and a day. And he didn't have much except the bare necessities of what he needed in order to survive there. And he was able to live so deeply because he did not rely on all of this stuff around him or entertainment around him to keep him satisfied and to keep him feeling like life had meaning. He found meaning in the bare necessities. And there is so much important meaning to be found in being able to live with just the bare necessities and not having to depend on all of this stuff around us, all of the technology, all of the entertainment. We always have to have our minds on something, or we always have to have our minds occupied with something around us. That's how it seems. But if we are able to live in solitude without having to rely on all of these other forms of entertainment or technology, if we can live with just a book or just a blank notebook and a pen or a pencil and be able to come up with ideas and explore our minds, then we grow in power on the inside. We become self-reliant. And that is what it means to me to reduce reliance on external things. This is so important for all of us to learn, and it's something that I continue to learn each and every single day as I progress through my 20s and soon enter my 30s and enter the workforce. I plan to create a simple life for myself with as little as I need in order to live a creative and meaningful life. I don't want to have too many things because I don't want to have to depend on all of this stuff outside of myself. And I want to grow in power within myself. So I hope that my video today is able to inspire you to try to reduce your reliance on external things in your life. Think about whether you have become dependent on various forms of technology or entertainment around you, and try to reduce those things and get rid of what you don't need or what might be a distraction in your life. Reflect upon that. I hope that you have learned something very valuable from my video today, and thank you so much for taking the time to listen to and or watch my video. And with that, I'd like to wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world.